Yeah. Okay. So, Clone Wars is awesome,
Hmm.
and oh yeah, the dark part, right?
Yeah, it was getting dark, and like you see really Anakin's decline
Yeah.
into the dark side in general, and it just gives so much context to episode 3.
It's so much needed context because like people are always like, "Oh, Anakin just really turned really quickly. Like he
Yeah,
just
it's not the
murked
case though,
Mace Windu, and that was
and
it."
and the children and everything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like no, but now you're like, "Oh, I see," because like it's been building up this whole
Hmm.
time.
Yeah, exactly. And season 7,
Season 7 was amazing. Well, I'm sorry. Let me strike that.
part 1 of season 7 was dope. The middle part could not care less,
Yeah.
could remove it. And then the last few episodes of season
Yeah.
7
That's what I was gonna say.
was amazing. Stellar.
Yeah.
Stellar.
Oh my god. I literally told my cousin because we're Star Wars fans and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm like, the last 4 episodes of season 7 is probably the best piece of Star Wars media that's ever come out.
Yo, it's so good. The music's really good. The
music's
tension's so
amazing.
good. You can feel that. You can cut the tension with a knife, like completely.
Oh my god. And I love because season 7, the last 4 episodes take place during Revenge of the Sith.
You know what I did? I watched actually season 7 completely, right?
Mm.
And then what I did was a few weeks after is I watched episode 3. I paused it. I started watching Clone Wars, those 4 episodes, and like where we met back was episode 3. I would put it back on, then switch back into the Clone Wars, and it was like, whoa, dude, awesome.
I just loved seeing like the context of things of like
It fits in the holes. It fits in the holes so perfectly.
And it's like Obi-Wan's like, oh yeah, I'm about to approach Utapau now, and
Yeah,
get Grievous. It's like, oh fuck, we're here. Like,
yeah, dude, it's just amazing. And then when you hear freaking Hayden Christensen's voice when he's like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That was great.
It was just so cool, and it was just like you really see the impact and how devastating Order 66 really was.
Yeah.
You really get that vibe. Like this was like some crazy shit.
Yeah, and what was cool also because earlier on before the Clone Wars series, it was implied that Order 66 was kind of this just like known thing that the clones had. And like it wasn't a chip, it was like a known order. And like they would just be like, okay, boof, and like shoot them. So now you have the context of like it's a forced programming, which makes it all the more heart crushing because like you just see like the cool like, oh, the clone bros, and they're just like not human anymore.
They literally fought with the Jedi for years. Like they were all cool with the Jedi. Everyone was friends, and you just see your friends turn against you, and it's not even their fault. It's just so crazy. It's so heartbreaking. It was really heart-wrenching to watch.
Rex,
it was just
like
cool.
fighting it.
Yeah, he was like trying not to kill Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool. It was first off, it was sad to see Rex having to like come to the realization that his brothers are not his brothers anymore.
Yeah.
You know, once he got the chip out and everything. And it was just crazy. Like all of it was crazy. Like Ahsoka fighting Maul, and then them fighting to like releasing Maul, and Maul like just going crazy with the Force and everything.
Going sicko mode on. I love him destroying the
hyperdrive engine. Yeah,
and then it just emerges like on fire.
Yeah, seriously, he's just so cool, man. Maul is the best. That's the best thing about that series, man.
Yeah.
But it was just amazing. It was amazing to see, and then the last scene was perfect.
It was so perfect because Clone Wars, like, it started out as kind of like this kid show, like villain of the week thing.
Mm-hmm. People die in that show though.
But like, yeah, by the end, you have like the reality of like you had a almost fabricated war, and all these lives were kind of just not necessarily lost just because someone else, this douchebag, wanted power, and he succeeded.
Yeah, the Jedi lost and he won. It's like a Thanos situation times a million.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I just love that last scene of Darth Vader seeing the ship that Ahsoka crashed in.
I loved seeing Darth Vader in the Clone Wars.
Oh, he looked amazing,
He looked so good. Oh,
so badass. God. So much better than Rebels.
Yeah,
Rebels
definitely.
take notes because that shit looked awesome. It looked so good.
Oh my, and
seeing his eyes in the visor and seeing that they weren't yellow.
Yeah.
So he still felt that. Like he wasn't completely gone yet. You know what I mean?
And just
that's how you could tell it was fresh.
Yeah, even like the funeral pyre sort of thing for the clones.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the sad reality of like it's many years later and Darth Vader comes and there's like nothing left. It's just like the one clone helmet, and it's so like a end of an era.
You also have to like, it's like the emotional impact because like he saw Ahsoka as like a little sister.
That you actually episode the first episode of the final arc before Ahsoka goes on Mandalore, and Anakin and her kind of have the moment. It's almost so sad
because he's trying so hard to like connect, and she just doesn't want it.
Yeah. And I feel so bad because you see like the kid Anakin of like he's trying to be like, oh hey, what's going on? And
well, he's desperate, I think, at this point for like some emotional attachment to the Order because he's just so sick of it at this point. Yeah,
and it's so sad because it's like it's like you said, it's like desperate, and their last meeting before they meet again in Rebels, and it's like, oh.
And you have to notice like the last scene when he found her lightsaber, he thought she was gone.
Yeah.
And he didn't know at the time, you know what I mean? And it's just so cool to see like his emotional impact and how that affected him because you could see, like I said in the visor, his eyes were not yellow. He was not Sith. Like his dark side presence was not active at that moment in time. You know what I mean? That was Anakin. Yeah. You know what I mean? That wasn't Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And you could just see that he just lost everything.
Yeah.
And when you see the bird in the sky,
yeah, it's the bird from Rebels.
No, it's I thought it was the mother.
Oh,
from the planet, the daughter. I mean, I'm sorry, the daughter from the planet.
I've heard either or.
I don't know. Who knows? But I thought it was the daughter from the planet because that was Dave Filoni's thing.
Yeah,
he did Rebels too, though, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, so I don't know. It could be either or. But regardless, I think that's really dope. I think that's really cool. Just a nice scene.
Yeah, and that was such a nice wrap up. That was needed because Clone Wars before ended on Cartoon Network, and it was kind of just like.
Well, season 6 was just a. Hey, these are some episodes.
Well, the last episode was cool because
because it was the Yoda one, right, where he learns how to communicate with Force ghosts.
Yeah, it was cool because you kind of got the Yoda thing with him communicating with the ghosts and stuff. But then it was like, I guess we just go into episode 3 now. I guess, but this was a much needed like context finale.
I agree.
Was great.
It was so good.
I also love Dave Filoni milking Order 66.
Like, dude, because he did it in have you seen The Bad Batch?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, man. The first episode of The Bad Batch is awesome.
Okay, I was also worried because season 7, they had like new models and upgraded things for it. And they had an upgraded model for Grievous. And I was like, yes, thank you. And then like you see him for like one frame and he's gone. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I get, because they were cut episodes for season 7.
Yeah, I know.
And like they had a whole Grievous thing, and I was like, "Fuck, that would have been cool." Because I would have traded a Grievous episode for the sisters.
They did Clone Wars so dirty because they wanted to do 10 seasons originally.
Yeah.
You ever see that deleted scene where Boba's fighting Cad Bane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I wish they did something. I thought they were gonna do that. That would have been a cool episode.
It doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Okay, so.